Alright YouTube, this is a little video I put together for my XTM XT2e and some of the mods I've done to it so far. I've had this car for about 2 months now, and it is so far a great car, with the exception of a couple of little design flaws when it looks like XTM put this thing together. One thing that if you're an XT2e owner, you'll notice that they put the ESC kind of on top of the motor, because they kind of ran out of space. And if you've ever flipped your Buggy upside down, you'll notice that that ESC starts to fill very quickly. And as you see kind of right over here, there is the great motor they put in this thing, but the horrible ESC, because as you can kind of tell here, I've kind of flipped over, destroyed the fan, and pretty much this thing is kind of fallen apart here. It's kind of odd because it still runs, but it doesn't, not too functional anymore. So great motor. Motor has no issues whatsoever. It's a 2370 kV, but there's not really a really good ESC that I can mate with it. So without further ado, I went ahead and got the Mamba Monster, the 8 scale, either for a monster truck or the 8 scale buggies. This is the 2650 kV motor with the ESC. So far this thing is bomb proof, and as you'll see in my video here, I'm going to kind of show you what I changed on the vehicle to make it a little bit more indestructible. So here's kind of what I've done to solve these issues. You'll kind of see here, kind of give you a bird's eye view. Normally the ESC was mounted on a little plate right here that was mounted basically on top of the motor. And like I said, you flip the buggy over and you're knocking on that ESC. And if you kind of see here, I've kind of mounted it where the old receiver box used to be. And what I did was I took that same plate, used the little risers that the receiver box was mounted to, and drilled a couple holes, and voila, got the ESC mounted right there in the front. And you can kind of tell here, there's the top of the shock tower, and it's nowhere near the height of the ESC now. So ESC is very well protected. You know, you got $150 sitting right there. So the motor dropped in fairly easily. Had to do some spacers underneath the motor mount. You can kind of see those little round spacers down there to raise the motor mount up, because the motor's so much thicker than the stock motor. And for right now, I've kind of mounted the receiver box. If you can kind of see that little screw right there, I just kind of Mickey Mouse it right now, and until I can find a little bit better way to mount that box. But that's sitting in there, right kind of in between the battery tray and that little rear support there. So it kind of fits in there perfect, and for right now it works. So I've done several runs with this thing, and not once have I had any issues with the ESC or anything. So, and this thing is quick. Mamba Monster, I got to give it to them. They're making some pretty good stuff. So, other than that, that's my video for right now. If you want any further instructions on how to mount that ESC, let me know. Throw in a comment, and I'll respond back very quickly. So that's my XT2e for right now, and I'll catch you guys later.